No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
The following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the co-hosts are not necessarily those of the host. Viewer discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of Spit or Swallow. I'm your host, the Pornhub Poppy, Daddy Delgado, aka SCS Vince, and now the newly dubbed by the Warren and Matt Ritter, the Sultan of Spit or Swallow. I don't know what you guys, what like. Thumbs up, swallow, spit or swallow, the new name.
I like that. I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Obviously, I'm not here alone. Joining me, making her spit or swallow debut from the now defunct Deadass podcast, the Deadass Jizzy, aka Jizzy. How's it going, Jizzy? Thank you for coming on the show.
Not gonna lie, it's not my first time I'm spitting or swallowing.
And he's no stranger. For whatever reason, we just keep running into each other, whether that's Straight Talk, Get Your Podcast, Smackin the Raw, Spit or Swallow. Like, I swear we always run into like collaborations on podcasts.
Of course, desperate for friends.
For real, we are, man. I mean, that's how it is. That's how we linked up in the first place. We just ran into each other at that Impact show.
Yeah.
And look at us now. You know what I'm saying? Here we are.
Here we are. Look at us now.
It's like that Odell song, you know what I'm saying? Hello from the other side.
It's mad.
More like a Michael Jackson song. I wanna feel like somebody's
watching me. Hold up, is that right?
When that PS5 behind you starts turning on by itself is because Justin is spying on you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Or maybe it's your PS5 is communicating with my PS5 since it's like literally.
Ew, I want that fucking shit in here.
Like I said, guys, this is episode 3 of Spit or Swallow. We're gonna be talking Survivor Series that took place this past Sunday.
Oof.
Depending on when Travis gets around to uploading this video, this will either be right before Thanksgiving, or on Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone. We're thankful for all the viewers. If this is after Thanksgiving, did you get all you needed to get on Black Friday? And if you didn't, let me know. Join in the conversation, guys. I want you guys to start using the hashtag Spit or Swallow. Get these convos going. Let us know if you're spitting or swallowed Survivor Series. This is I'm guessing YouTube exclusive show, even though I'd like to get back on Pornhub. But let's get things started. And
if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Indigenous Day. The land was stolen. We need to get it back from the colonizers.
There you go.
That's right.
There we go. So just Jizzy, let's get things started. Let's start off with the pre-show. We have the United States champion Damian Priest taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental champion. I'm surprised this ended up being on the pre-show. Nakamura did get the win via disqualification because Damian Priest got really emo really fast and just hit Shinsuke with guitar shot. And I don't know if that counted towards the SmackDown versus Raw tally, but that's the first win for SmackDown of the night. We kick off the main show with Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion, versus Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion. This looked legit heated throughout the match. There were spots where it felt like they were just like two co-workers getting through a match that don't like each other. If that was if they genuinely if they're really best friends and this is just fantastic work by them. If not, Jesus. Becky Lynch did get the win via a roll-up reversal because Charlotte tried to get the roll-up with the tights. Put her hand on the rope for leverage. Ref caught it. Becky reversed it. Outsmarted Charlotte. Now we're tied 1-1. We're on SmackDown. We then go to the men's Survivor Series elimination match for Team Raw. again, this is gonna. I'll save it for my spits, but the construction of these teams is fucking trash because all these members were on opposite shows, or the majority were on opposite shows, just like a month ago. But for Team Raw, we have the captain Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, and Kevin Owens. For SmackDown, you have Drew McIntyre, the captain, Happy Corbin, Jeff Hardy, King Xavier.
Worst fucking name ever.
Stupid. King Xavier, because that's the proper way to refer to your king, by the first name, King Xavier, and of course, the former greatest master wrestler of all time, Sheamus. KO started off the match for Team Raw, and he walks out. Interesting. Raw already starts off on a disadvantage. And then we're going to run down the eliminations. Finn eliminated Happy Corbin. Lashley eliminates King Xavier. Lashley and Drew get counted out, so they both don't look weak. Sheamus eliminates Finn. Theory rolls up Sheamus after he's frustrated that Jeff Hardy is on the outside and is being the most incompetent tag team partner of all time, which is ironic given that he's a notorious tag team wrestler. So
true.
After he gets eliminated by Theory, Sheamus takes out Jeff. Then Jeff hits a Swanton on Theory following to get the elimination. It's down to Jeff versus Seth Rollins. At that point, I knew Seth was going to win because there's no way they're going to give it to my boy Jeff Hardy. Seth is the sole survivor for Raw, now leading, giving Raw the lead 2-1. Then we jump to what I don't understand was even the point. We have the Pizza Hut sponsored Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson 25-year anniversary battle royal.
Oh my God.
This 25-man battle royal consisted of the entire tag team division, the 24/7 division, WWE's mid card, and Omos. This to me felt like how I would. This to me felt like me playing pickup basketball with my baby cousins. That's because that's what this shit was. Omos and getting like 12 eliminations total. At one point, AJ Styles is being used as a tug of war rope. Technically, AJ eliminated himself to start off the match, which no one talked about. Almost gets the win and gives Raw the lead 3-1. We have I don't know where this ended up because I forgot where the first thing, so I'm just gonna squeeze this in before the next match. Mr. McMahon arrived during the pre-show. He arrived to the arena surrounded by applause by the rest of the wrestlers, and he showed off an egg. Okay, weird. Then we get to another segment where he's talking to Roman Reigns, and he's bragging. He's bragging that The Rock gifted him that Cleopatra egg that's worth $100 million. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, Vince. The Rock probably just sent him that little gesture because he knew he was going to be at Survivor Series. So I'm like, hey, here's a very expensive egg.
Right.
Apparently, Vince wasn't the only one that was bamboozled by the actual net worth of that egg because it was stolen at the next segment. Because we see Vince with Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce, and Vince is livid. He's like, someone stole my egg. Sonya called the cops. And then Adam Pearce points the finger at the entire WWE roster, saying it could have been a roster member, even though technically it could have been either Sonya or Adam Pearce because they were both in the office before Vince showed up. Why that was in there, I don't know. Apparently, Netflix gave them like a huge payday to promote the new movie. What was it, like Red something? I forgot what the movie was.
It's like some new movie with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds. And
right.
Yeah.
Red Notice is the name of
Red Notice. Yeah.
Red Notice. Yeah.
There you go. There was a lot of Red Notice because there was a lot of in terms of the Raw side. In terms of the Raw side, there was a lot of Red Notice because Jesus. RK Bro versus the Usos was the next match. SmackDown Tag Champs versus Raw Tag Champs. RK Bro wins here with the RKO out of nowhere off an Uso splash. Raw goes 4-1. I'm underselling this match because it was really good, but we'll dive into it in our Spirit Swallows. Then we have the Women's Survivor Series elimination match, which I want to say was better than the men's. On Team Raw,
Yeah.
we had, I guess, the captain Bianca with one half of the SmackDown of the WWE Women's Champions, Rhea Ripley, Carmella, Queen Selena, and Liv Morgan. On SmackDown, we had Captain Sasha Banks, Shotzi, Natalya, Toni Storm, and Shayna Baszler. The order of elimination goes as follows. Tony eliminates Carmella after a roll-up with the whole mask debacle. She was trying to put on the mask, took way too fucking long. Tony took advantage, rolled her up. Tony then eliminates Zelina Vega. Liv then eliminates Toni Storm with the Oblivion. Fantastic move. Oh, and Tony eliminated Selena hitting like that crazy like tilt-a-world like Beyblade like spinning,
right.
Whirlwind like RKO cutter bullshit. Like it was.
Yeah, it's like isn't it the Storm 1 DDT?
Is that what it's called? I don't pay
that's
attention.
What. Yeah, I thought that's what it's called.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Storm 1. Yeah.
Storm 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
I was looking at that ass.
Yo, you and me both. I'm like, damn.
I think I already have an idea what you guys are.
I'm trying to storm that fucking cheeks.
Thank you.
Speaking of cheeks, Liv Morgan, she gets eliminated by getting a clutch.
Yeah, she got cheeks too. She got cheeks too.
So Liv gets put into her for the clutch. Almost caught it the coquina clutch. Mm-hmm. They're all the same fucking shit.
Yeah, they're all the same, just different names. But
she gets.
Didn't she pin Toni Storm?
Yeah. Liv pinned Toni Storm with the
yeah.
I had mentioned it and then I went back talking to about the Toni Storm eliminating Selena, so like I backtracked a little bit. So Liv put in the curve for the clutch all the way to the corner. She gets passed out. Shotzi hits the Uso splash. For some reason, then Sasha tags in and hits the frog splash, which is better than Chavo Guerrero, by the way, and just about any other. Just saying, does it better than Chavo, and
true
goes ahead and eliminates Liv Morgan. And I gotta say, this made Liv look good in my opinion, because it took like 3 superstars to take her out. Shayna then eliminates Rhea with the V trigger, I guess. Sasha then at some point, I guess, like was getting under everybody's skin and gets counted out, even though technically she shouldn't have been counted out. But we'll get into it with my spits. She gets counted out and gets eliminated for Team SmackDown. Then it's just literally Bianca on her own, if I'm not mistaken. She goes ahead and takes out Natalya, eliminates Shayna Baszler, and then eliminates Shotzi Blackheart like a fucking boss. Sole survivor, and gives Raw the 5-1 lead to end the show, to end that proceeding, the match. There you go. Thanks for the assist. I got you, homie. Yeah. And then obviously throughout the nights, we were getting a lot of like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson vignettes and promos about his debut, big moments in The Rock's career. And there was no Rock. We got blue balled. We got cock blocked. There was no Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And I personally didn't expect him to show up. I was just like under the impression like if he shows up, he shows up. But obviously he didn't. Then going into the main event, the WWE Champion Big E versus the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Fantastic match. Fucking fantastic match. And it culminated with Roman getting SmackDown their first official win on the pay-per-view main card. And Survivor Series ends 5 for Raw, 2 for SmackDown, meaning that Raw wins Survivor Series. Well, gave them a spanking worse than what the Indiana Pacers gave the Chicago Bulls on Monday. Jesus, I was not happy with either results. But guys, with all that being said, what do you swallow from Survivor Series?
Go ahead, Jizzy. Ladies first.
I don't know if I act like much of a lady, but right now, I'm definitely swallowing Roman Reigns and Big E. That was a phenomenal match. It did have a bit of a slow start, I will say. Like the first maybe 10 minutes, I'm not gonna lie, I was not feeling it. I was just like, but I mean, And it's not one of his best matches. It's not one of Roman's best matches, but it was definitely up there. It was, pretty good. I would definitely say, I mean, it had a lot of big spots. It was good to see, I know he failed a little bit with trying to lock in that guillotine, but once he finally did, like it was like two powerhouses going against each other, and
Two meaty men slapping meats.
Right.
Yo, that's big meaty meat. Yo, I'm trying to slap some meaty meat myself. Big spots. Like they were outside, fucking Reigns being slammed on the announcer's table.
Yup.
Irish whip being reversed. Like it was a really good match. And yeah, it was a pretty decent closer. It was weird how quiet the crowd was by that time. Like I'm sorry, Brooklyn, but y'all really disappointed me. Y'all really disappointed me. It's actually a good match, and you didn't give it the hype.
Well, would you say that part of the reason why there wasn't as much hype towards the main event was because we knew that at that point SmackDown only had one win. It was on the pre-show. So if you go to a WWE show or just any wrestling show in general, sometimes you arrive late. You don't really necessarily care too much about missing the pre-show. So if you arrived for the main card, you literally watched the entire pay-per-view, Raw dominating 5-0. At that point, it's like, Roman's going to win. Like, no, nothing against Big E. I love me some Big E, but Roman's Roman.
At the same time, though, it's like, and I guess this could be me. I don't go to wrestling shows often. So when I do have an opportunity to go, like, I'm like, screaming my head off. I'm like enjoying it because you're paying good money to go see these people live. Like it's such a different experience live than it is watching it at home. Needless to say, I mean, it was a good match. And I think what I'm also swallowing is Bianca, being the sole survivor. Again, she has time and time again that she is here to stay. She's a star. She's great on the mic. She's amazing ring, and like she's shown improvement, and Brooklyn was definitely on her back. I also would say that she was the strongest competitor because although I am swallowing Bianca Belair herself as a sole performer, that match was not good. Like it just didn't click. It was very sloppy. Obviously, Bianca, Sasha, Baszler, Ripley, like they were so smooth and good. And everybody else looked kind of awkward. And they were just very disjointed. So I fucked with that. And again, that little standoff that Bianca and Sasha had. Listen, I'm here for a repeat of Bianca versus Sasha. Like they are amazing. And after that, I don't know if I guess I want to say the pre-show, and that's just because of Damian Priest. I mean, Shinsuke, honestly, athletically, they're fucking phenomenal. But I will say, I was actually very surprised myself. I didn't think this was going to be a kickoff match. I for sure thought that Rock shit was going to be the kickoff. Because I'm like, who the fuck cares about this? But I mean, and also, I guess the kickoff match, it doesn't damage Priest in a way because
I think it makes Shinsuke look bad.
Disqualification, so but those are my swallows.
What about you, Just?
All right. Well, I kind of agree too. Like the pre-show part was kind of crazy. I didn't expect Shinsuke and Damian Priest to have a pre-show match, but sponsors, man, Pizza Hut, you got to put them on, the primetime spot. But I'll definitely say I'll swallow what they're doing with Damian Priest. They're continuing to build this guy, and they're making him into a star, and they want to keep pushing him in the right direction. So they're doing good on him, right? I just don't know about that metallic ass tights that he was wearing. I mean, it looked like he just took some like tinfoil, you know what I'm saying? Put it on his legs. It's like I'm coming out like I'm half Tin Man, half half man. I don't know. I didn't like his fit. Okay. So then we go to the men's, right? The men's Survivor Series match. And you know what? At first I didn't really like this, but then as the match kept going, I was kind of getting more into it and stuff.
Mhm.
And like I like how like it was Rollins and Hardy at the end, and Rollins picks up the win. You know, they're slowly building Rollins back into, you know, Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about that. I mean, they're slowly bringing him back, but then he got hit by that fan, so I don't know if he, you know, what's going on with that.
I was gonna say, Vince, do we have a little bit of time to talk about that?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll save that for the end. Afterwards.
We'll save it for
Alright,
Spitz. We'll save it for Spitz or whatever.
Yeah, that shit was
You know,
crazy.
Yeah, but either way, I do like what they're doing with Rollins, because in a way, if you go back even during like the pandemic when they shut down, he's been kind of like a guy that's been keeping Raw going. He's been kind of a guy that's been a really good worker among other wrestlers. So I gotta say, yeah, for him, you know, I gotta give him a shout out. So I definitely swallowed him. What's it called? And then I gotta say, I really like the spot with Sasha and Bianca. You know, the thing is, like, yeah, Jizzy's right. With that match, is like you got two people, like you have people that are at an elite level, right?
Yeah.
And then you have kind of people that are kind of getting to that level. They're still kind of contenders, but they don't really know where they're at. And then you got people that are just trying to find their way. You know, it's a whole.
It's okay. It's okay. Matt's not here. We can say it. It was Shotzi. It was Liv. It was Carmella, and it was Selena.
Yeah,
and Natalia.
I can never do
like,
that.
Man,
I can never do that to Shotzi.
I love me some Shotzi, but she's not a ring general. She's not a
ring general. But in that 5-5, who really is the general? You know what I'm saying? You know, especially when you got the Brooklyn Wave going. We got the wave going. You know.
You know what I think it is too, because this is not the first time. Like, Shotzi on a regular weeknight can fucking go.
Yeah.
Right.
It's nerves, but this is not the first pay-per-view that she's kind of like froze up a little. So hopefully, like, once she gets to work through those nerves and gets more comfortable, you know, she'll be better. But nah, she was not looking cute. I love Shotzi too, but it was just disjointed, and it was fucking sloppy, and it was sloppy.
Right.
Fucking Charlotte's boob job.
Oh wow! Oh
what? Just any more?
What's wrong with Charlotte's boob job? It's not proportional, or
we'll talk about this after. Anyway,
just you got any more swallows from Survivor Series?
Yeah, the Roman and Biggie match definitely. It's like kind of a throwback. To Bulls going at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, you know, the thing with those guys is that, like, they're so big. They're so big, so they don't want to get their shit in a way. They don't want to mess up anything to rub, and they don't know how to insert certain places yet, because they're just two big guys. So I think it took time, and they finally found their stride, and they finally got the feels, and they finally got each other going.
Right.
So
it was two big guys, a small ring. You know, we had to stretch the ring out a little bit. You know, we had to, you know, ease ourselves, and sometimes we had to pull out of the ring, you know,
reset
outside, and then you go back in the ring.
Exactly. You know,
all very solid and fair points. There you go, guys. You know, like, gotta pull out sometimes.
Invite us to the show ever again.
No, I love this conversation. I'm just sitting back, like letting this whole shit happen. That's the whole point.
I mean,
we're called spit or swallow.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel, and we're part of the Smackin and Raw family, and we're on Pornhub, so it's like.
Now, you know what the funny thing is, that you do the same thing Matt does, is that, like, when he'll have a guest on the show, like, going off the rails, you'll just sit there like a disappointed substitute teacher, and he'll be like, anyways, and then he'll like jump into the next thing. He won't even acknowledge what happened.
At the end, this match had a lot of girth. It had a lot of girth.
It had, exactly. It had girth. It
had size.
A lot of sweat. So obviously,
everything you look for in your main event. Everything.
That's what I'm saying.
It definitely was the main event.
Definitely.
Anything else?
That's pretty much it. I gotta say.
Okay.
Nobody got released during the show.
That's always so swallow. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll start off with I'll gargle the men's Survivor Series match, because at points it was interesting and fun. There were times where I just didn't care too much about it. Shout out to Sheamus, looked like a fucking beast in the match. I can't stand him. like publicly, but like Matt can't control what I do on this show. Um,
Can I ask, like, what is? Because I'm not gonna lie, you used to hype him up. So was that always sarcastic, or do you?
Oh shit! Here we go.
Well, we can't get into it on this episode, but we'll talk about it after we're recording.
Like, I never know if you were being serious or not.
We'll talk about it. I'll spill the tea afterwards.
Shout out, Young King. Shout out, Young King.
Spitter swallow after dark. Spitter swallow after dark.
Ooh,
Skinamax. I'm gonna swallow the Usos all white fit because whenever they rock the white fit, they always looking good. I'm all about
all white, all Usos all white too.
Yeah, you're trying to swallow all the Usos whites. I'm gonna swallow the women's Survivor Series match, specifically Bianca being the sole Survivor agreement. Would you there, Jesse? I'm gonna swallow Mella because she looked like a snack. I'm gonna swallow Bianca because she looked like a snack. I'm gonna swallow Liv because she looked like a snack. Shotzi, Sasha, Tony, all look like snacks. They're all getting swallowed. Tony looked strong too. She looking good, so hopefully that means she's gonna get built up into that title program with Charlotte. I like the underlying story. Yeah, I like the story of Sasha and Shotzi still going back and forth because I want to see that continue to be playing out. That's a good person for Shotzi to have her first singles feud with, someone that can show her the ropes and kind of like guide her so she doesn't have those freeze up moments in big pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Want to swallow Liv getting a lot of shine. Dope. And then she got the elimination on Tony, who went off, eliminated 2 members on Raw. And it took 3 superstars to eliminate Liv. So that looked great for her. I want to go ahead and, like you guys attested to, swallow the main event. Love all that meat, all that girth, all that sweat. Perfect main event. Everything you look for in your main event dish. What else do I want to swallow? I think that may be everything I'm swallowing because I have a little bit of spits to okay.
Hold on. There's one thing I forgot to swallow though. I gotta say is the Becky versus Charlotte match.
Okay.
Definitely swallowed that match. I forgot. I like that match.
Okay.
I like the match. And Becky's fit. We gotta change her name to Triple B's. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful booty backs, baby. That's what I'm saying. You know.
Okay. Get that hashtag.
That's what
trending.
I'm saying. I can
Hashtag
see why Seth Rollins. I can see Seth Rollins. Why? You know what I'm saying?
I you want to call her Big Bet's Blood because she look like a fucking blood member.
Oh my god.
To ask her like what was rep you set.
Well, some people on Twitter were saying that she had like the "Oops, I Did It Again" Britney Spears outfit.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
That's what some people were saying.
Now that I think about it, yeah, kind of.
That's what some people were saying. You know.
I saw people comparing that to the Scarlet Witch, saying that was like
that's another
Scarlet Witch. And then was Charlotte doing Maleficent? Was that what she was doing?
That's what it looked like to me.
It kind of looked like it. Yeah, it kind of
looked good though, I will say. I mean, it also kind of looked like lingerie for real quick. I was like, hold up.
Again, no complaints either.
Disney doing kink now? What's going on here?
Well, ever since Charlotte's been with Andrade be looking at Charlotte like, hey, you can't go out like looking like that.
I don't know, guys. The rumor around the interwebs.
Oh, what? Are they not dating?
And Andrade unfollowed each other.
But what does that mean, though? What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I mean, it could. Listen, when you break up with someone, what's the first thing you do?
Unfollow them.
On social media. I don't know. I haven't been dating that long, so I mean,
yeah, it's true.
This is a married man with children.
I usually get the origami note in my locker. You know, if I'm gonna get dumped, you know what I'm saying? I gotta open that shit. Open that shit like a star,
That I showing your age right now, yo. He said origami. Got a little swan that he opens up and it says it's over.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna have to move on to our spits because we're getting closer to the time. We're getting closer to the time. What are we? You know, I'll start off with our spits because I've been holding this off for too long. Like, why the fuck are you doing a WWE draft a month before Survivor Series where you look at these fucking goddamn teams and like 80 or 90% of those teams were on the opposite show or on NXT 2 weeks prior? This is it's so dumb. You know when Survivor Series is. literally do the draft after WrestleMania. That way, at least a few months before Survivor Series, or do it like after the Rumble. I don't know. Find some other time to do the draft, because the timing of the draft with Survivor Series, it's fucking dumb. I'm gonna point this shit out. Seth, he's the team captain, sole survivor for Raw. This motherfucker was on SmackDown all last year. Lashley, the only member that was on Raw. Austin Theory was over there being like the weird, like the weird son of Johnny Gargano down in NXT. Finn Balor was finger gunning people over in NXT, and then he went over to SmackDown and unleashed his demon on Roman. Then we have Kevin.
Vince, go ahead.
Then we have Kevin Owens literally not like having temper tantrums, being emo, because on SmackDown he's a babyface and now he's just everywhere. So he was on SmackDown.
Been spitting.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Then you go over to the SmackDown, the women's side of things. Bianca Belair was literally the SmackDown Women's Champion. She was the face of the SmackDown Women's division. She won the Royal Rumble, went over on SmackDown. She literally dominated the fucking division. She was the face of SmackDown. Rhea Ripley might as well not have a brand, because she's the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, so she can show up just about anywhere. Carmella was literally just on SmackDown. Selena was literally just on SmackDown, and so was Liv. Like, those three women were having a feud with each other, with Bianca and Sasha Banks on SmackDown just a month ago, like leading up to WrestleMania. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Doesn't make sense.
Makes sense.
On the SmackDown side of things, Sasha, team captain, makes sense. She's been on SmackDown for like 2-3 years now. Shotzi was just on NXT. Natalia just on Raw. Tony NXT. Shayna Raw, and then you go back on the men's side of things, because I forgot to talk about it. Drew McIntyre, how is he the team captain on Team SmackDown when he was the face of the men's division on Raw?
Right.
You have Happy Corbin, who, why the fuck is he even on the roster? This man was a bum 2 months ago up until Vegas. Like he's still a bum. He's still a bum, but he got money now. But he's just a rich bum.
Unemployment check stopped hitting. He started scamming them PPP loans for the pandemic. Now he's Happy Corbin, He's out here scamming.
Said the PPP.
Jeff Harvey over here was literally just on Raw in the 24/7 title picture, and then getting wrecked, and then wrecking Karrion Kross, ruining his push.
It's like he gets wrecked after. Never mind.
King Xavier with Kofi Kingston was just on SmackDown. They were on Raw. They were the Raw Tag Team Champions. We were having a whole ass bitch fit about how the New Day were drafted over to SmackDown, and then they moved over Becky to Raw. Like, we literally only had the New Day together for like 3 weeks, which is ridiculous. And then Sheamus, who was just on Raw, goes over on SmackDown. He literally made his SmackDown debut the SmackDown before Survivor Series. Like, make this shit make sense to me. And then on top of all that bullshit, we're supposed to have this women's versus women's champion versus champion match between Becky and Charlotte, when these two girls had a whole temper tantrum, tossing titles back and forth to each other. Like this is probably the most like lackluster Survivor Series build that there's been in like forever. And yes, I'm biased because it happened here in Chicago, but the 2019 build with NXT was fucking tastic. We need to get back to that. Word. They literally built up Survivor Series 2 weeks before Survivor Series, which was trash.
And I'm gonna say, I feel like Survivor Series gets weirder and weirder every year. And this year just really proved how this was just a fucking sham of a show. And it's crazy because Survivor Series is typically one of my favorite. I'm gonna tell you right now that I didn't even watch it on Sunday. I actually watched it today.
Did you?
Oh,
I didn't even want to watch it on Sunday. Well, I couldn't really because I had things to do. But yesterday I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit down and watch it, bro. I got through the Becky and Charlotte match. I'm like, all right, I need the clear mental space to watch this. I can't watch this yesterday. So I watched it today.
Right.
Yeah, no, honestly, this was a lackluster pay-per-view. The build was extremely weird and rushed. Like you said, I felt like we only had maybe 2 weeks. I don't even want to say, but maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah,
right.
And as far as spitting, I'm definitely spitting the women's match. Listen, I know I'm all for women's wrestling, and I really do appreciate seeing more matches, but I don't want shitty women's matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna give me women's matches, make them fucking count. Like, I'm sorry, but that Becky and Charlotte match, it just went way too long. I think it went too long.
I think the finish was also like deflating in a sense because
it just I'm sorry, but Becky is not good in the ring. And I know a lot of Beck heads are gonna be coming from my neck. Go ahead, add Jizzy on Twitter. I bring the smoke. She's not a good technician. She's not a technician. That's the thing. She needs to learn from her fucking husband or fiance, whatever they are.
Husband, I think they're married.
They're married.
Her baby daddy. Her baby's daddy.
Yeah, she needs to look at her baby daddy practice and maybe develop some things. And Charlotte suffers from the thing where she used to be really good at NXT when she was hungry for it. Now,
so she has the Randy Orton complacent syndrome.
Right, like she had it for so long. You know, we know that they've been giving her titles because they want her to have the same record as her father.
Right.
And she's been inserted in too many title matches, even matches that she had no right in being in. So her wrestling ability, like, it just slowly diminishes. Like, there were a couple sloppy moments in this match. It just felt the storytelling makes no sense because, like Vince said, like that whole little spat that they had, apparently that was real. Apparently that was not some wrestling shit. Apparently real beef they had with each other that they're trying to turn into a storyline. I'm like, yo, Becky, this is the second time in your career in recent years where a real event that happens to you is being turned into a storyline. Baby girl, is not doing you any favor. First was the punch, and people ate that shit up. Now it's bullshit. So what is it that you want us to be feeling bad because bad shit happens to you? Anyways, Becky can like never wrestle ever again, and I'll be fine. And the second thing that I'm spitting was that Rock Pizza Hut.
Oh, hell yeah.
A-Town Wings.
Battle Royal.
Donuts, Battle Royal, all these fucking sponsors. Because it was literally, this is what happened, right? The ref went to the back. They saw all the dudes chilling in the back. Like, y'all busy? Y'all want to go have a match? Want to wrestle a little bit? You know, I know y'all.
Winner gets Pizza Hut. Winner gets Pizza Hut.
Winner gets cheesy sticks. You know, like and they just like got them in, and they just had their. So yeah, it was stupid. I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to make Omos the big unstoppable, but I'm sorry, he's boring. He's a fucking. He's a bodyguard for AJ Styles.
Yeah,
and not a good. And it looks kind of racist, but I'm not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mr. Southern Wrestling Alan Jones over there being managed by.
Oh please! Oh shit!
Yeah.
Like again, Ricochet catching an L per usual. That's all Ricochet does his whole career is catch L's. And then a couple of fans got pizza slices who, again, in the time of COVID, I don't think I want to touch a pizza slice that was a sweaty wrestler. So I'm spitting that because we're spreading COVID and I don't think everyone. And I'm spitting RK Bro because fuck them.
Okay.
Everything else.
I will agree with you on spitting RK Bro, but I'm gonna spit them winning because but I'll get into more spits. Just I want to give you a chance to spit some things.
Yeah, so like I agree with all your spits. If we can combine all our spits together and make one Colossus loogie,
spit bucket.
Right. On Colossus loogie and just drop it on everything. I agree with everything that you're saying. However, I do see what you're saying with Becky because there are some times I do agree with you, right? She's just a personality. She really can't really wrestle. She's just a personality. She's just a character. However, I do want to be put into this armor, especially if them cheeks are on my forearm. I will never tap.
cheeks?
I will never tap.
What cheeks, Justin? What cheeks?
They're just so. I mean, listen. Any cheeks is fine. Any cheeks are fine. Okay.
Don't discriminate
Any
cheeks
cheeks
over
like-
here. Just
You can't discriminate. That's what I'm saying. You can't discriminate cheeks just because they're not big or whatever.
cheeks
are
matter?
cheeks.
all
All
cheeks.
cheeks matter?
See, I wasn't gonna go there, but
Wow,
But-
all cheeks matter. Listen, right now it's about certain. It's the big cheeks. Okay, big cheeks
Like-
always been discriminated against.
Big cheeks, tier 1, S tier right there. Then you got like the plump ones, right? The ones that be looking like a peach. Those are like A tier.
Mhm.
Like I mean, they're flat cheeks out there as well, but you know, like flat cheeks deserve
Yeah.
some love too. You know.
Yeah, like Charlotte's.
Yeah. I mean,
Charlotte's and Britt Bakers.
you know, it's all about the accessories. You get like accessories.
Jizzy's face.
Just,
Okay, anyway. Okay, I would definitely also spit that goddamn Pizza Hut rock bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
come on, man. Come on. First of all,
The,
let's be
the
honest. Let's be
Chipotle
honest.
Royal Rumble.
Let's be honest. In New York, you could have got any other place to sponsor and get a better pizza than Pizza Hut.
Bruh.
Come on, man.
Hey,
And
this
the
is not
man
all
didn't
Caesars.
even come out. He didn't even acknowledge that stupid ass.
That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
match.
That's what I'm saying. And then, like, the other thing too that I will spit.
Did he even
I didn't
tweet?
want to listen.
Did the Rock even?
No.
No, he
Oh.
didn't tweet. But I'll tell you this: it's so funny if you look at that and you look at the way Montez Ford was eating the pizza. You could tell he's healthy. He takes care of his body because he took small bites. Right? Daryl Dawkins was eating it like a normal ass person.
He was just swallowing all the COVID.
He's just
Hell yeah,
he's like, I didn't care. It's free pizza.
I saw that shit. I'm like,
Mm.
oh, y'all don't care about yourselves. Okay.
I think I got like 2 more spits. I'm gonna go ahead and spit the whole like $1 million egg storyline.
Oh, yeah,
You didn't like that?
absolutely. I didn't even
like that?
count that, to be honest.
I mean, it was just on the show.
Okay, I thought that was exciting.
He was waiting for that. He was waiting for that.
That's such a dad joke.
He was thinking about that on the drive home as we were getting ready to record.
He really was. He was like,
I want
to
to
hit him with this dad joke.
I know you didn't watch live, Jizzy, but I watched some of it live here and there because
Mhm.
I was also watching the Bulls game and I was playing the new Pokemon Brilliant Diamond game, which, by the way,
Mhm.
check that out on my Straight Talk podcast. Me and Matt, we
Mhm.
talked about Pokemon. The ads, all the fucking ads. I saw everyone complained saying that they were about to pay the $5 extra just to get ad free, like Peacock, WWE Network. So
Oh, no, I still got the ads. Like, even when I'm like, them motherfuckers made sure they put ads in that bitch.
after the replay, you just
And-
get the ones that like the ones in
Yeah,
there.
like once in a couple.
Yeah, but it was twice as worse, like 10 times worse on the live stream. It's kind of like watching, like going on YouTube and like having to
Mhm.
click on all the ads and then the next video plays and then you get
Oh.
more ads.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
Like
kinda
you're watching
felt like that.
Dynamite. Like you're watching Dynamite.
There you go, just
Right?
like that.
He went there. Okay.
And then I guess my final spit is the complete utter disrespect to SmackDown. Honestly, because if you look, because we know what this is. USA Network got their panties in a bunch. They're all uppity because WWE prefers Fox and SmackDown, and obviously
Right.
gives them all like SmackDown's the bottom bitch. Like Raw is the side chick at this point, unfortunately. And USA Network ain't happy with it. So this is exactly what it is. It's kind of like what you do, you know, like your side piece, you know, like your side dude, your side girl, you know, you give them a little some to like make them feel like they love, like you're being loved.
Right.
I may or may not have experienced that on one end or the other.
Oh wow. Well, you know what, Ben? Now that you say that, maybe that's why we had the draft the way we did.
Yes, that was about to go there. I was about to go there.
They realized, they were like, wait, hold up. SmackDown got too many stars.
Mm-hmm.
Have to change shit up so that, you know, the main bay USA Network doesn't realize that, you know, the side base SmackDown got that Toppy 3000 with the mega pan twist action. let me cool it. Let me buy her a little Rolex, leave me alone. I'm gonna tell myself, yo, I'm traveling out of the country when he's really laid up in the house with USA Network, but
He's down the street at a different place.
Exactly. So that's probably why they did the draft. I mean,
yeah. So WWE out here taking care of their side pieces, So shout out to all the side girls, side dudes out there, like you guys put in work. You guys put in work.
No shout out for y'all. Y'all need to love yourself. Y'all need better fucking self-respect. You out here being a side when you could be the main course of the meal.
Everybody deserves a role player. Everybody needs role players. Every good championship team needs role players.
You need a team.
Okay, wow. I'm done. Listen, I'm being outlandish.
Now Vince is a professional side dude.
I was gonna say
Vince is the fucking professional side dude. He's always okay. I still get love when she's done with him. She fits me into the schedule.
Yo, man, the whole narrative flipped on me, like ass back. That shit came out ass backwards for me. Anyways, moving on. Moving on from that, guys. Anything else, Spitter Swallow wise? Did we cover everything that's on your mind?
I think, I got my spits, I got my swallows. I'm definitely like the Bukaki video. But I got a couple comments. I don't know if y'all caught this. I had to write it down in my notes.
Go for it.
It was sus. All right. First off, Pat McAfee and his little puberty cracking voice is not doing it for me. That shit is ass. So there was a moment where they said the most attractive thing in the world, and that was about Finn Balor, right? So thirsty. They also said Austin Theory was being a thirst trap on their For You.
Yes.
Again, very sus. Also, didn't cock that thing back. Mm-hmm.
Wait, are these all quotes by Pat McAfee?
Yeah, this is by Pat McAfee.
Okay.
And then of course we gotta talk about Seth Rollins. If we have a moment.
Yeah, go for it.
If y'all been following online and if y'all seen, some fans obviously posted different angles, so you can watch them all on Twitter, of a fan who jumped over the barricade at Barclays. So let me tell you right now, that shit is hard because I've been to Barclays before. Depending on where you're sitting, like the barricade in the middle section is kind of high. It does go up to like maybe up to your chest. So have the hops for you to be able to clear that barricade. And then there's another barricade that's like by the stage or where the pyro is at. That shit is high too. I don't know how that guy was able to clear both barricades by himself. He does not look very athletically inclined, but whatever.
He had motivation. Apparently. This was 2 years in the making.
Right. He jumped Seth. Obviously, Seth didn't know what the hell was happening. No one knew that was part of the storyline until they saw, no, this is a regular dude. And then they brought in people. So apparently he went on IG and he was saying how he did this I did it for The Rock. Because of this. And then some screenshots are now coming out that he was messaging a fake Seth Rollins account that was scamming him out of money off of a business deal. And apparently because he saw Seth there, he thought he was talking to the real Seth, so he decided to serve him a 2-piece with a biscuit. Yo, what do you think about this, guys?
I think that man gives off 100% side piece energy. Like that dude is a side piece, and that's what he didn't like, because he thought he was the main course. He thought he was the bottom bitch. Turns out that was Becky. He's the side piece, and turns out he's not even Seth's side piece. He was like some other dude's side piece. So like he all but her. That's what that happened.
Literally.
Okay, but jokes aside, like we got to be better. We got to get better security for these guys. Like it shouldn't be easy for a jabroni like him to like jump the barricade and attack one of the top wrestlers on Monday Night Raw. especially when you go back and there are instances where other people got attacked. Like Jericho got recently attacked. Fuck Jericho, but he shouldn't be attacked at his place of work, you know.
Right.
Eddie Guerrero, like,
oh yeah,
like when the ladder got pushed over on him, like
That was a bad one.
that was a terrible one.
Right, because he could have really gotten seriously hurt. And the sad thing is, like, obviously, yeah, we can all make jokes and shit about the situation. And I'm seeing that a lot of wrestlers from the, other brands are trying to jump in and make jokes. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you want to put hands on the fan, but you cannot. Because if you do,
Right.
bro, the legal implications, like, you for like professionally, it's like a boxer punching you at a bar. Like, dude, it doesn't matter how many fucking licks the fan gets in on you. I'm pretty sure a punch from a wrestler to a fan is gonna do more damage than a punch from a fan to a wrestler.
Yeah.
Right. And as you know, the court system really is just biased anyway.
Exactly, because they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, sure, he did jump over. Hey, he's mentally ill. You didn't have to attack. Like, it could it could be just a whole thing. I'm glad that didn't get too hurt. He probably got shaken up and probably his pride hurt, but
he did make fun of it because when he came out for the main event, he was like looking out for fans and shit. I don't know if you caught that.
Who? The guy?
No, Seth. He came back out for the main event because he was gonna be in commentary. He's like looking out for fans and shit. So shout out to him for being like being a good sport about it. Like just being solid.
Yo, come on, dude. Like, how you think you talking to Seth Rollins on?
That's what I was thinking. Why would he think that he's talking to the real Seth Rollins? Like, who told you that?
WhatsApp? The dude didn't even spell shit in English correctly. You got scammed by some dude in Kosovo, named Gustav or something.
Right.
Definitely use that money to buy Steam gift cards. What the fuck?
Amazon gift cards from what it looked like on the screen.
Oh yeah, Amazon.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and spit that. Like any fan jumping the barricade.
Yeah,
just
I'm definitely spitting that. That's
be a fucking fan. Be a fucking fan. Sit your ass down. Ain't nobody trying to see that. Ain't nobody trying to see that.
Also, spit Chavo Guerrero too, and his stupid ass.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, he was trying to if it would have been me. I'm like, bro, if you and you actually killed that man, you going to jail for murder. Like,
man,
that's what I'm saying.
Are we really sure it was Chavo Guerrero or was it Kerwin White tweeting? Like, who's actually tweeting? Who's actually tweeting? Like, the caucasity from Chavo, the caucasity from Chavo to make that Karen tweet.
That the justice system has not been too kind to brown people. So
yeah, almost forgot, guys. Overall, Survivor Series, spit or swallow. I'm gonna go ahead. Gargle? You're gonna gargle, Just?
Yeah.
I'm a pretend like I spit and then go to the bathroom. I'm gonna pretend I swallowed and then go to the bathroom and spit it out.
So you're spitting.
Yeah, I'm spitting. But he doesn't know though. He doesn't know I spit.
You're politely spitting.
Exactly.
You're sparing Survivor Series feelings.
He's like, oh damn, baby swallowed it. I'm like, and then back and like dump that shit out.
I'm gonna go ahead and spit. Gonna hurt all of Survivor Series feelings because there was just like I'm looking at all this shit, right? The way they did SmackDown dirty just to like make Raw not feel like the side piece. The whole bullshit about the draft right before Survivor Series and like it was fucking dumb to begin with. The very lackluster build like 2 weeks into it. Then the mystery egg bullshit. Like the one good thing was probably the main events and just some fire fits by the wrestlers. So overall, this show's getting the spit for me, and I think that's the first official spit or swallow. So there's that.
I will say it's one of those pay-per-views that you can definitely skip and catch the highlights later.
If I didn't have to do spit or swallow, that's exactly what I would have done. That's exactly what I would have done.
That's right.
I would have been watching the Bulls game, playing my Nintendo Switch, like living the good life, But instead, we're here. Yeah. But we made it happen. We made it a good time. Like we found some positives out of Survivor Series. Guys, before we wrap things up, where would you like to plug? Like, where can people find you? Plug your stuff. Jizzy, I know you don't have a podcast anymore, but your account should still be followed on Twitter. You know, for
I
all
don't
the
have a
Tony.
podcast anymore, but I do be posting Tony Storm thirst tweets. It's at Deadass Jizzy. Listen, if you want me on your podcast and you want that deadass energy, let me know. Slide in my DMs. I may or may not respond to you depending on how many words your message has. So yeah.
Speaking of which, I may go ahead and slide into your DMs just so we can do a Pokemon podcast on Straight Talk.
Yeah, yo, let's put it.
Okay. Just.
Well, yeah, I just want to piggyback on Jizzy. Yeah, get her on your show. She's hilarious. She brings that energy. She has a different outlook. I mean, you'll just be laughing constantly. So hit her up. You know what I'm saying? She's lovely to have, as you see with us. But, you know, you can find me on the Get Your Podcast on the Twitter, Get Your Podcast on the Instagram. I went Beyonce a little bit. I went solo. I dropped my own episode. I dropped my own pod called This Is Your Boy Just, you know. I did it's basically about fans. It's about shit that I like and I want to talk about.
We're gonna have to consider that name again. I don't know. That sounds
you don't like that? You don't like that?
You know what you should call it?
What's that?
You have it right as your Zoom name.
Exactly. Just for you.
Just for you.
Oh, see, that's for the Valentine episode. Don't let's not get too early. Let's not get too early.
For the ladies and gents.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it's a person thing. It's a them thing now. It's a them thing now.
It's a them thing, yes.
But was gonna say, so I dropped my first episode with our homie Matt talking about Ghostbusters and our little fandom for Ghostbusters. You know what I'm saying? The Get Your Podcast episodes are all up everywhere. And, you know, I'm contractually obligated to say that for April Bumps 100 episode, the Get Your Boys are on that episode reviewing WrestleMania 18. So that's going to be dropping in a few hours. That's also funny as hell.
Well,
So
it should be out by the time.
time
this episode goes up because we don't know when Travis is going to get around to uploading this. So this may go up Wednesday. This may go up Thursday. This may not go up until Sunday. So we shall see. We shall see.
But yeah, check those out. Check those out. Yeah.
Obviously, you can find the show on both Instagram and Twitter at Smackin Raw Pod. I run the Instagram. Matt runs the Twitter. Creationworld.com. You can find all the stuff there. Linktree/Creation World, Linktree/Smackin Raw Pod can get you all the stuff. Facebook.com/groups/Smackin Raw is going to get you the Facebook group. Go ahead and check that out as well. A little cheap plug for myself. I did drop a Roman Reigns podcast on the Straight Talk podcast with my girl, Katie Kinsey Bebe. Go ahead and check that out. Shout out to Mike from the Patreon. He did submit Roman Reigns title reign as the subject. So I'm giving you a full 40-something hour podcast to talk about the tribal chief Roman Reigns because
I want to be on there. Hold on. I could go on for hours about that guy.
Well, we could always do a part 2 with Jizzy involved. We could always do a part 2 because TC wanted in on that as well. He wanted in on the tribal chief.
But when you talk about the Usos, put Jizzy on it for the Usos.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
2 men.
Yeah, we'll talk about Baby Uso down in NXT.
Oh.
But
anyways.
For Deadass Jizzy and just for you, Justin from Get Your Podcast, I'm the Pornhub Poppy, Daddy Delgado. We are the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub, and we are Smackin Raw. Later, y'all.